Happy Homebrew Wednesday, folks. Ryan Patrick Murphy here with fellow brewer, home brewer, Corey.
Hello.
Today we're brewing beer.
We are brewing beer.
All grain. First all grain. See? I can prove it. Right there. It's brewing. It's brewing.
But they can't see the all grain setup.
Oh, well, we'll get to that. So
That's
coming
right.
up, my first all grain brew day. Little IPA.
It's not a little IPA. I call it a solid IPA.
True that. Cheers.
So we'll be dumping the water in there, then I usually close the lid for about 30 seconds to a minute, allow the cooler to preheat. Strike temp is probably a little high right now.
64.
Yeah, that's a little high. We'll do some more after you dump in the grains because it'll come down even further. So the strike temp was calculated around 157, I think.
162.8.
Yeah.
63.
We can do, I usually do adjustments after I get the grains mixed in because you'll lose some temp with the open top as well, so.
Sure. Alright.
Yep.
This is the most amount of grain I've ever handled.
I'm going to start stirring. Just do a circular motion, usually works pretty well for the rectangular cooler.
I feel like I'm trying to pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time here.
It's roughly similar. At this point I would do a bunch of smaller circles, and you really want to make sure you don't have any dough balls and make sure it's adequately mixed.
Should have brought my mash paddle.
Oh, you do have a mash paddle, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm just stirring until I can get the rest of this out, or take the bag or something.
I just take my bucket.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. It's a lot easier because it saves time and bag, and then afterwards I just have a bucket, and it's a lot easier to pour than the bags as well because you kind of get a uniform pour going on. And works pretty well. So we're just doing this as no sparge today, so.
No sparge?
No sparge. I'm usually able to get in the low to mid 70s pretty easily for efficiency, so it's a little bit nicer. Takes advantage of some the volume of the mash tun a little bit better, and
So this is like 27 bucks at Menards. Was it like fall time?
yeah, clearance. It's the 65 quart.
last year or the year before, when we were going to start trying to do this, probably the year before. And I got to Menards just a little too late.
Hmm. Yeah, I love the extremes. They're really well insulated. I usually drop maybe a degree, maybe 2 on my mash temp, even in the wintertime. Also with the way the drain channel is set up, it's perfect for putting your, doing the bazooka tube style, and it's worked really well. It's done well for me. I wanna check mash temp, see where we're at.
$154.
Okay. I'm gonna start stirring a little.
So I always hate this part when I do mini mash because it doesn't take much cold water to screw the whole thing up.
Yeah, for that small volume, it's really a pain. It's one of the nice things about no spars. You just do your full volume, and really helps keep the temp. Okay. It'll settle a little bit, so that's about what we were shooting for. We were shooting for 151, but I don't want to bring it down too low.
Right.
I'm gonna have some bodies for IPA. Okay. Now we'll just leave it for hour and a half. I usually do hour and a half, but that's just because I do other things. But hour and a half should probably work well.
All right, what now?
So you want to open the lid? Okay. Now I usually check the temp just to see how many degrees we lost across the mash.
$149.7.5. 149. Wait, 149.9. The thermometers can't make up its mind.
Well, you're gonna have hot spots in there. So what I usually do before I boil off is I'll mix it all up. So I'll go ahead and stir it. This will make sure that, all those sugars are out about, and make sure you don't have any dead areas.
$147.3.
Not too bad. So now you want to start Vorloffing.
And what does that mean?
So what you're going to do is you're going to recirculate the mash. So we have this nice plastic container right here. So this is to help compact the grain bed. Have all that husk there to act as almost kind of a filtering material.
Okay.
I'll leave it. Here you go. It's your show, man. So down there by the ball valve, you just want to put that right underneath there.
Okay.
To catch any wort, and then just crack open the ball valve. Don't crack it open all the way. There's a lockout. The collar right here.
How much am I?
So you're just wanting it to flow to help compact the grain bed against that screen and kind of bring everything to the bottom. So just sit there, let it filter out, and then you'll dump back in. Do it about 3 times until the wort starts running clear. As you'll notice inside of that pitcher right now, you have various chunks of husk and grain that are getting through the screen that we have inside.
Just pour it back in.
Against the side to make sure. So I usually try and aim for this back corner right here, because where the wheels are, there's a little bit there. Because you want to try and not disturb the grain bed at this time. Just right against the wall. And a lot of people will do like a sheet of tin foil right there on the top to help diffuse the liquid.
So sum it up. Essentially, we're trying to get all the grains in the bottom around that filter.
Kind of compact and provide almost kind of a filter base for us.
Yeah. So what does that do for us?
A little bit extra clarity. Keeps any husk material and various other parts of the mash from getting through quite as easily. You'll see the wort's actually a little bit clearer than you would have seen on your first pull. Just if you look down underneath.
So when do we know when we're done with it? When everything's clear? Or?
Well, once you see where you're at right then, that's probably pretty good for clarity, really. So we can go ahead and just start draining now.
Okay.
It's something that you kind of gain a feel for as you go.
Sure. So we just open it up into the kettle here?
Go ahead and do only about maybe a quarter of the way open.
How far is all the way open? Straight out?
Yeah. It's probably about good. I like to drain nice and slow. Just make sure we don't have a stuck sparge. In the grand scheme of things, an extra 5 seconds in the boil really would not change that much in the isomerization of your alpha acids.
Well, that's not the point. I want to make sure the timer works. But it does kill itself, it sounds like. So that's good to know.
You actually have to pay attention.
I shouldn't have to, or I shouldn't not be paying attention to it, at least. And we finished off with some Autumn hops. Hey folks, thank you for watching this week's Homebrew Wednesday with Ryan Patrick Murphy. I just thought I'd give you a little debriefing of the all grain. Sorry the lighting's a little off. Got that bright light behind me. It's probably not helping too much. But this all grain brew was a conversion from the Brewers Best PSA IPA 2013. An excellent beer. I wish Brewers Best would bring it back, but it maybe be Pints for Prostates that might own that or something. So for those of you who don't know, PSA, it's in reference to the prostate exam. But that beer kit was made to donate money to Pints for Prostates. So good. It was for a good cause. It was an excellent beer. So I decided let's try to make an all grain brew that I've made before as an extract, and maybe if I can kind of remember how it tastes, which I don't, we can. It's something I've done before, and I knew I really liked it before. So we'll see if it gets any better with all grain. I don't know if it's any better. I just hope it's really good. So we had 10 pounds, 6 ounces of 2-row, 6 ounces of Carapils, 12 ounces of Caramel 40. That's it for the grains. We have 1 ounce of Palisade at 60 minutes and 35 minutes. 1 ounce of Simcoe, which I threw Whirl Flock Tablet and the Wort Chiller in at that time. And 1 ounce of Autonym hops. I don't know the alpha acid percentages. You guys saw those in the video, so go back a little bit. You can see that. Had a little bit of a mishap when I got home because I didn't put an airlock. I didn't pitch the yeast when I was at Corey's. I put a sealed lid, so there's no grommet, no hole in it for an airlock. And it sat. We cooled it down to about 86 degrees. It sat for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before it got home to pitch. So I thought 86 degrees, plenty of time for it to cool down, 2 hours or whatever. Got home, pitched the yeast, put the lid on, put it in the fermentation closet. You know, the lid with an airlock, not the solid lid at that point. And looked at the stick-on thermometer on the side, and it was reading. Well, actually, it wasn't reading anything because it was above 80 degrees. Oh, dang it, you know, swearing up a storm or whatever. It's like, all right, we'll keep an eye on it. It went. Woke up the next morning. I didn't think it was doing anything. I thought I killed the yeast. So I went and bought some more. It was Bry 97 West Coast Ale Yeast by Danstar, by the way, and I think that's what they use in the extract kit as well, if I remember correctly. So went and got some more of that because the airlock had leveled out and repitched. When I opened up the fermenter to repitch, there was some krausen on top. Oh, dang it. All right, whatever. So I repitched anyway, thinking, okay, maybe it just got going a little bit the night before and it's just settling down. And the new yeast maybe will come in and help things out a little bit. So, you know, new yeast, less stressed. I have no idea. I may have just ruined it more. I don't know. I hope not. But I'm hoping the best. You know, if this beer doesn't come out, I'm not going to blame the all grain process. I'll probably try it again and, you know, just not screw it up. You know, next time I can get over to Corey's and brew or figure out how to do all grain myself. You know, I could do all grain in small batches, but I don't want to. So, you know, if I want to go to the work, I want 5 gallons of beer close to it. So, cheers. Thanks for watching. Happy Homebrew Wednesday 17. I know this isn't homebrew. This is the Summit Hop Vale Organic. Pretty good session ale. There's a little good hop character to it. A little bit of lemon peel. Tasty stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.